the starting five for your Detroit Pistons. At shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 8, Tim Hardaway Jr. At power forward, standing 6'8", number 12, Tobias Harris. The other four, at 6'6", number 9, All-Star Thompson. In the middle, 6 feet 10 inches, number 0, Jalen Duran. At the other guard position, at 6'6", number 2, Cade Cunningham.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And here we can check out the story for Tim Hardaway.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
And here's Memphis' starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. And for the Pistons, down low, it's going to be Harris and Duran. Cade Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway. And it's Thompson in at the 3. Well, Grant, I hope you're as fired up for this one as I am. Some of the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh, my, man. I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights.
Now here's Hardaway. And Morant clears the board. And here comes the break. From deep, Bane. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Yeah, I love seeing Bane finish in transition. Easy buckets like this really help him get going.
Morant against Cunningham. Duran with a screen on Morant. To the middle. Duran, the pass to Thompson. Back to Duran. 6 on the shot clock. The rebound by Edey. The Pistons have had quite a few high lottery picks of late, Stan. However, they haven't had much success yet.
Well, Brian, you know, sometimes it takes a lot of time. Some teams will come together quicker. Some players and some teams need more time to develop. Detroit's just got to keep adding to what they have and continuing to develop the players that are already in their system.
And a great fan base in Detroit, starving for victories. Here's Cunningham. After the basket by Memphis on the other end. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
And here's Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
Yeah, guys, I watched the film of that one, and they had great activity defensively. They need that again tonight.
Oh, great body control, good timing. Jackson really works the pick and roll to perfection.
Will it go? Hardaway got a hand on it, and they get it back. For 3, here's Harris, and the three-pointer goes.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Pass to Edey.
2 minutes remaining.
Jackson outside.
2 minutes.
Morant against Cunningham. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Now Cunningham. Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Well, he's always on the hunt. Cunningham's next shot is never far off.
Staying the top pick in the 2021 draft, Cade Cunningham. He's made major strides the last couple of years, but what have you seen from him?
Well, he's a big guard who can both score and create shots for his teammates. I think this guy is a winner.
Now here's Morant. He picked up 30 points in their last win against the Heat in Miami.
Look, he kept finding ways to get to the free throw line. He knew the other team couldn't stop him, so he just continued to punish them at the line.
Harris against Jackson. Duran with a screen on Jackson. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Jaren Jackson picks one up. Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city, and they want a hard-working team.
Beasley's checked in for Detroit. Schroeder comes in for Cunningham. Pippen pass to Huff. Up top, Bain. He's guarded by Beasley. And the basket by Bain. Bain's got 5 points.
Yeah, Bain is a talented scorer. Not just a perimeter threat, he's also capable of finishing inside.
Stolen by Jackson. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Got a piece of it, and out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
Pistons basketball.
So for the Pistons, Stewart comes in for Duran, and it's Holland in for Tobias Harris. And Memphis also making a switch. Kennard, he's checked in for Desmond Bain. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. Outside Schroeder. To the paint. Stewart inside. Now here's Schroeder from deep three-point land. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Memphis ahead. They're up by 2. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Memphis.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Memphis leading. Holland out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Malik Beasley. Then it's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Detroit starting the second. Jackson gets the bucket.
Yeah, I like the assertive approach from Jackson Jr. Not hesitating for a second off the catch.
And here's Schroeder coming off a solid outing against Toronto. Stewart, right side. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. And Stan, after starting his NBA career playing at center, the 6'8" Isaiah Stewart, more often now a power forward.
Yeah, look, Brian, he's improved as a shooter. He still looks more like an old-school big at the 4 spot, but he can step out and stretch the floor.
Free throw is off from Stewart. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Now here's Kennard. No points so far. Jackson surveying the D. Pass to Huff. Just 5 to shoot. Kennard with it. Takes the 3. Thompson pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Good. Schroeder's got his first 2 points.
Well, as we see more of Thompson, I think he's going to get better looking for his teammates.
Here's Pippen, covered by Schroeder. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 6.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Tobias Harris checked in for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham comes in for Thompson. And Memphis also making a switch. Baines checked in. On defense, the Grizzlies. Cunningham with the ball. A great score, averaging almost 26 a game. And it's Bane with the rebound. And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the back end of a 3-game road trip. The Pistons trailing. Well, Coach, it's been discussed a lot, but the Detroit Pistons set a record in 2023 that no one wants to match.
Well, that's for sure, B.A. No franchise wants to suffer through a 28-game losing streak. They thought that team had potential, but they just never found their footing early on, and then things just snowballed on them.
Now here's Cunningham. Harris with it. Jackson in his pocket. Harris against Jackson. Harris outside. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point range. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Kicks it out to Jackson. Fires from deep. Wells, that's good.
Well, this offense is so much better when Jackson moves the ball.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
A screen on Bane. Down low. Out to Beasley. Outside Schroeder. Here's the pick. Again the miss by the Pistons. Grizzlies lead by 5. Pass to Bane. Here's Jackson. Bane surveying the D. A deep 3. And it's Harris with the rebound. Now Cunningham. Here's the teardrop. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. They get it back. Drops in the 3. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Memphis ahead. They lead by 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment.
Hello, everybody. So far, a fairly even game for the Memphis Grizzlies through the first 2 quarters. Fellas, you gotta love watching teams go at it like this.
Love seeing it, Ernie. It's fun to see these teams, the fans, and us in the studio.
Yeah, it makes me want to get there and play again. You guys good if I go suit up for the second half?
I would love to see it. You good with playing for free? Because if you leave, we're not paying you for skipping out of here. Turning our attention to that first half for the Grizzlies. They find themselves in a close one.
They're hitting at a high clip. Some shots have been wide open, some tightly contested.
And as the ball continued to fall through the net, you could see their confidence growing. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Man, you look at Jaren Jackson. He's been playing really well.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Now Morant on the court for the Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3. Now here's Bane. The lead is 2. Oh, my goodness! He'll go to the line with a chance at a 4-point play. It goes on Tim Hardaway. Well, if you went into the lab and created the perfect wing, it might be Desmond Bane, coach.
Well, Brian, this guy's so strong. He can guard bigger guys, and his three-point numbers are crazy. Desmond Bane well over a 40% three-point shooter for his career.
Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren. Great touch there from Cunningham. He's so skilled.
Pass to Edey. To the inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Always ready to fire. Give Harris a good pass. Tobias will get you an assist.
Here's Morant. Rebounded by the Pistons. Inside. Jackson against Harris. Now here's Hardaway. Tight defense on him.
Can't be overzealous trying to stop Hardaway Jr. because this is what will get you in trouble.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. First one falls for him. And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Oh, what a pass. Those two read each other really well.
Looks like a play they've definitely run in practice. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants to review the game plan. Here we have the teams that really hustled for those second chance looks the last 10 games. 5th, Detroit.
This squad's been attacking the offensive glass with a ton of energy lately, and it's paid off with a nice pile of second chance points.
Cunningham, a screen on Bane. For 3, Hardaway. Another shot. And Duren lays it in. Duren's got his first points of the night.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Outside Bane. 1:52 left in the third quarter. To the middle. Duren with a steal. Here we go, all alone. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
Yeah, smart points by the vet Hardaway, getting into the break.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Pass to Jackson. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Morant. Circus shot, Ja Morant.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Cunningham passes to Duren. Outside Hardaway. Puts up a 3. Again, Hardaway missing.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Morant. That shot, no good. Nice D from Thompson. The Pistons have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Pass to Hardaway from behind the arc. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Hardaway's got 7.
And offensively, it appears they've hit their stride.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Edey. Here's Bane, defended by Hardaway. They set the screen. The 3. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Hardaway from outside. And the Pistons, another 3.
Well, defensively, they just look lost in the second half. They need to turn up their intensity and get back to the way they were defending in the first half.
Puts up a deep 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Tim Hardaway, he's been the guy making things happen for the Pistons. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Malik Beasley is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Isaiah Stewart. Then there's Simone Fontecchio. And it's Holland in at power forward. That's the group for Detroit right now. Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Pippen. Up top, Aldama. Pass to Wells. Here's Huff. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Schroeder. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Detroit?
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
And he drops it first. And so he makes both from the line. The Pistons lead by 3. Now here's Schroeder. Shot from 12. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Well, the Grizzlies shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Pass to Bane. Here's Wells. He's guarded by Fontecchio. Wells, the pass to Huff. Here's Pippen. Outside Bane. Shoots over Beasley. And the basket by Bane.
Well, when Bane gets going, he can be a problem for defenses. He'll become a real force on the offensive end.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And the Pistons going with a whole new group out there. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops. Give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And so it's Moran who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Jackson. Over Harris. The rebound by Detroit. Harris has got 4 rebounds now. Thompson scanning the floor. Harris against Bain. Harris outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
2 minutes remaining.
Releases.
2 minutes.
The rebound by Jackson. Grizzlies trail by 5. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul. Team second. Shooting for Memphis. Well,
He gets the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And that's good as he hits both shots.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Takes a step back. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham takes the hit and puts it in.
Big time points from Cunningham. Good to see him stepping up in these moments.
Moran against Cunningham. Shoots from the line. It's good.
Well, Morant's built to go and showing what he's made of here in the clutch.
Moran against Cunningham. 1:20 left in the 4th quarter. Goes back up. Memphis with a rebound.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
From 11 feet away, Hardaway grabs the board. Detroit leading by 3. Cunningham outside. Money.
Cunningham's teammates and coaches trusting him in a big spot.
Timeout. Grizzlies.
get up, get up, get up.
51 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. And here's Morant outside. Count it! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Here's Cunningham. Cash!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
So it's the Grizzlies now, following the score by Detroit. And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
John Morant. First personal foul. Team second. At the line for your Pistons, Cunningham. Cunningham.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line, converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
Big round of applause.
There's 25 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Shoots from 12. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Here's my question. Where is the defensive communication?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
At the line for Detroit, Tim Hardaway Jr. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
At the line for your Pistons.
So the first one drops, and that'll put them up by 9.
Taking 2 shots.
And he's unable to get the second one.
He might not have made them all, but he made enough to put this one out of reach.
So it's Detroit picking up the win. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And that about wraps it up. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.